You make people feel safe without saying much. You don't try to impress. You don't overshare. You don't fill silence with noise. And yet people feel safe around you. Instantly. It's not what you say. It's the frequency you carry. Your presence is like an energetic exhale. You give off the feeling of I don't need anything from you. And that is rare. In a world where so many people are posturing, proving, performing, you're just here, present, grounded, unthreatening, awake. People may not even realize what's happening, but their bodies respond before their minds catch up. Their guard drops. Their voice softens. They breathe deeper. You're not trying to fix them. You're not analyzing them. You're simply allowing them. This quiet safety you radiate isn't weakness. It's mastery, because it means your nervous system is regulated. Your intentions are clean. Your energy says you're welcome here as you are. And that is magnetic. All right, let's dive in. We'd love it if you could subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Your presence changes the energy of a room instantly. You walk in and something shifts. The air feels different. People straighten up. Some go quiet. Others light up. You don't even have to speak. It's not about your clothes, your status, or your looks. It's your field, the subtle but powerful vibration you bring into the space. This isn't control, it's coherence. You're not demanding attention. You're resetting the frequency just by entering. When someone is truly aligned, when their inner world is congruent with their outer actions, it radiates. And that radiation doesn't just glow, it interacts. It stabilizes rooms filled with chaos. It uplifts gatherings trapped in small talk. It reminds others without a word what groundedness feels like. You don't walk into a room to dominate it. You walk in, and the room remembers what presence is. Strangers often open up to you without knowing why. You're standing in line and someone starts telling you about their divorce. You're on a train and a stranger starts crying next to you. People say, I don't know why I'm telling you this, and you just smile. Because it happens all the time. You didn't ask. You didn't pry. You just listened. Your energy feels like a sanctuary. And that doesn't come from perfection. It comes from non-judgment. People sense they won't be fixed, analyzed, or shamed. They feel like they can unfold in front of you gently, imperfectly, truthfully. Your aura says you're allowed to be real here. And because that space is so rare, people walk through it like a door that's been waiting for them their whole life. This is magnetic energy in its purest form. Not performative, not curated, just safe enough to be honest in. You don't chase attention, but somehow draw it in. You're not the loudest. You're not the flashiest. You're not trying to be seen, but somehow people notice you anyway. It's not because of effort. It's because of authenticity. Magnetic people don't chase spotlight. They carry light, and light doesn't beg to be seen. It just shines naturally, unapologetically, and without an agenda. You attract not by pulling, but by resonating, by staying in your lane, by doing your inner work, by choosing alignment over approval. And that kind of energy? It's irresistible. Not to everyone, but to the right ones. The ones who are looking for what's real. The ones who feel your stillness like gravity. You don't manipulate attention. You magnetize it simply by being who you are when no one's watching. You stay rooted while everyone else is reacting. The chaos rises. The room gets loud. People are spiraling, triggered, pulling others into their storms. But not you. You stay still. Not frozen, rooted. Your energy doesn't flinch. Not because you don't feel, but because you've learned to respond instead of react. You don't absorb the noise, you witness it. You hold your frequency like a mountain holds its form through every season. Others might see this as passivity, but it's not indifference, it's discipline. Magnetic people aren't the ones who match the room. They're the ones who regulate it, not by force but by example. You don't need to fix the chaos. You just refuse to become it. And in doing so, you become the anchor. Everyone subconsciously looks toward when the ground starts to shake. You speak with clarity, even when using few words. You don't ramble. You don't over-explain. You don't try to sound smart. And yet when you speak, people listen. Your words carry weight not because they're loud or elaborate, but because they're clean, intentional, uncluttered, true. In a world addicted to noise, you offer signal. You've done the inner work to clear the static, so when you open your mouth, your voice carries the authority of someone who doesn't need to prove anything. Even in silence, you say a lot. Even with one sentence, you shift something. People leave your presence not just remembering what you said, but how it felt to hear it. That's magnetic. That's rare. That's power without performance. You radiate peace in places that feel chaotic. You walk into tension and it dissolves. Not instantly, not dramatically, but subtly, naturally, unmistakably. It's not that you avoid hard things. It's that you don't carry extra noise with you. You don't feed the fire. You bring water. This peace isn't passive. It's earned. You've been through storms. You've met your shadows. You've sat with pain long enough to stop fearing it. And now, you carry that calm like a medicine. You don't need to preach serenity. You embody it. And when you do, others feel it, even if they can't name it. You become the reminder that stillness is possible even here, even now. And that is the kind of presence that doesn't just calm a room. It heals it. Your energy feels familiar even to those who just met you. Someone meets you for the first time and they say, "I feel like I already know you." They lean in, they soften, they trust. It's not because you've met before. It's because your energy carries the tone of something ancient. You feel like home, not because you mirror them, but because you remind them of something they forgot. Your field says, "You've always belonged. You're safe to be seen." You don't need to pretend here. That kind of familiarity doesn't come from shared history. It comes from shared resonance. You don't try to be relatable. You are. Because you've done the work to meet yourself so fully, others feel invited to do the same. They don't feel judged. They feel recognized. And that recognition is what makes your energy unforgettable, even if they never learn your name. You're often imitated but rarely matched. People borrow your words, your style, your tone. Sometimes your ideas, sometimes your rhythm. You see traces of yourself in places you didn't leave them. And you've learned not to take it personally. Because deep down, you know this isn't about flattery or theft. It's about resonance. You are magnetic not because you're trying to be different, but because you're deeply aligned with yourself. That kind of embodiment is rare. And when people encounter it, they want to echo it whether consciously or not. But what they imitate is only the surface. What they can't copy is the frequency behind it, because your energy wasn't manufactured. It was forged through fire, silence, honesty, and returning to yourself again and again. You're not here to compete. You're here to transmit. And that's why others may follow your voice, but they will always be just a step behind your truth. You attract what you need at exactly the right time. You don't force. You don't chase. You don't beg the universe for scraps. Instead, you listen. You align. You clear space. You hold the vibration before the evidence arrives. And then it comes, the connection, the insight, the opportunity that feels like it was custom written for this moment. People call you lucky, but they don't see the inner work, the discipline, the detachment, the way you've taught your nervous system to trust the timing. You're not magnetic because you get everything you want. You're magnetic because you call in what your highest self needs at the moment it matters most, and when it comes, you don't hoard it. You merge with it, gratefully, completely, naturally. That's co-creation, and you've mastered it without even realizing. You inspire people to be more themselves around you. You don't tell people who to be. You don't push growth. You don't hand out advice unless it's asked for, but still something about you makes people soften. They stand a little taller, speak a little truer, laugh more fully or cry without shame, not because you said anything, but because you didn't try to change them. Your presence gives silent permission. You can bring all of you here. And when people feel that kind of safety, they don't just relax. They remember who they are beneath the performance. You don't pull the masks off. You simply make them unnecessary. And in doing so, you help people meet parts of themselves they thought were lost. That's not charisma. That's soul leadership. You walk through the world like you belong everywhere and nowhere. You move through cities like a whisper. You find home in airports, forests, subway cars, cafes where no one knows your name. You're not rootless, but you are free. You belong everywhere because your presence adapts. You observe. You absorb. You find beauty in all of it. And yet you never fully settle, because part of you belongs to the liminal, to the threshold between worlds, to the space where identity dissolves and essence speaks. People feel this when they meet you. That soft otherworldliness, that grounded detachment. Like you know something they don't and you're not in a rush to explain it. You're not trying to be mysterious. You just are. You walk through the world not searching for a place to belong, but carrying the knowing that your presence creates belonging wherever you stand. You are home and horizon at once. Before we end, I have one request for you. In the comments, write down the version of your ideal self you want to become. There's a saying, when you give your dreams words, they start becoming real. And when you write them as if they've already come true, the universe listens even more powerfully. So go ahead, leave a comment about your dream life, written in the past tense, as if it already happened. The universe is always ready to hear your desires and bring them into form. Let your words flow into the comment section and send your vision out into the universe. And don't forget, when you see someone else's dreams, celebrate it. By lifting each other up, the energy multiplies. From the bottom of my heart, I'm wishing for all your dreams to come true. Thank you so much for watching till the end. If you felt something today, please subscribe, give a like, and share your thoughts in the comments. I started this channel from Japan, hoping to help people around the world live better lives. My English might be a bit rough, but I hope you'll stay with me on this journey. This channel shares videos that help you understand how to live in the age of air just by listening. Subscribe so the next message finds you automatically. Thank you.